How's it? Sean from Combat Simulations. Welcome to my overview and tutorial for Silent Hunter 3. So before we get started, please subscribe to my channel. It's free. And also leave comments and suggestions. And watch my videos and like them and share them. Helps me a lot. I promise. I promise it does. Any of you remember a game called Silent Service by Sid Meier? Sid Meier's Silent Service back in the day. I think he made that game in 1985. And or might have been a bit later, but there in the mid 80s, he brought out a game called Silent Service, Sid Meier's. And for me, I remember where I bought the game, I think it was in 88 or 89. And I never forget looking at this game and thinking, how could you make a simulation on a computer, on a PC computer of a submarine? And I looked at the back of the box and I saw all the charts, and I promise you, I was sold. I never forget getting the manual, opening the game and checking that big thick manual like this, and we went through all the charts and the torpedo, how far the torpedo dud, the dud torpedoes, and how the torpedoes work and how you aim your shot, and all those little charts in there. And I was mesmerized by it. Mesmerized, completely mesmerized. You could play a career mode in that. Was it just in CJ? That's how it worked. It was CJ mode. There was no VJ there, nothing. And it came on a floppy disk. And I'll never forget, had a career sort of mode, but it didn't have all the warships. Well, it didn't have the big ones because there was too much memory. And it was just basically you chasing the convoys down, these little convoys. And I was mesmerized by this. I remember playing that to early hours of the morning. And then they had, and he also, in the manual, he had a whole beginning how he read about these U-boat commanders and whatever. And I've never seen this before. So then the second one came out, Silent Service 2, by Sid Meier. And I remember getting that. It was all VJ. They upgraded, but I never quite got into that simulation, submarine simulation, because I'd lost the charm. You had the charm from that first one with the big thick manual and everything. Just lost some of the charms. I never ended up playing that. Then I got Hunter Killer. What was it? Electronic Arts Hunter Killer. Modern Submarines. Oh man, and I'll never forget playing that. I think it was called Hunter Killer. It was about Electronic Arts. You had the American submarine and the Russian submarines, and there was modern submarines. I'll never forget playing that. And funny enough, I went and got Hunter Killer 688i, which is by Jane's Games, and I could never get into that. It just lost its charm. Well, I eventually ended up, I got Silent Hunter 2. And I played that to death. I loved Silent Hunter 2. It was like reminding me of that earlier Silent Service that I loved. And then I got Silent Hunter 3. And I played this a little bit, but I never got into the simulation, because in those days I didn't have this was 2006, I think, something like that. And I never had the PC. I'm always behind a generation gap in PCs. And the computers at that time this game that needed 512 mega memory and 64 video card, and I had none of those things. Well, I had the memory, I think, but the computer was just a low end. I could never, it was too slow. But I remember playing it, and I had quite a good time on it, but I just couldn't play it properly. Now I looked on Steam. I was busy on Steam the other day, and I saw this, but actually quite a while ago. I saw this for like 20 rand or 30 rand, cheap on Steam, and I bought it. And I also bought the Silent Hunter 4 for the Pacific. And the reason why I bought it, because that's of the Pacific theater, and this is of the Atlantic, and the Atlantic is where you really want to be as well. Not necessarily in the Pacific. Pacific theater was okay with Americans, and that's the one what Silent Service was. I liked that, but I always would like the Atlantic battlefield, the Atlantic War, because this is the big intensive war I always wanted to simulate. And I only got that because I might consider putting that on my channel as well. There was 5, but the best of the series, Silent Hunter 3 is the best of the entire series, in my opinion. There's nothing, and the most prevalent mods that were made, enhancements and mods. I'm running the Grey Wolves mod, which I suggest if you get this game, get that mod. There's another one called NGY, a tonnage mod, which I also had. I also played. I remember when I first got this game, I actually played with that one, the tonnage mod. I like the Grey Wolves 3.0, and why I like it is much more professional, easy installation. It comes with an extensive manual. The manual actually written by the blogger, the developers, and also I love the fact that they've added all these missions. You see this? Yeah, this is all Grey Wolves. And look at all these missions they've added. Now that doesn't come in the they only added a few, and I just like the professionalism of this mod, and it's much better. It's actually graphics a little bit better. I think that's maybe just a quirk of mine, but the Grey Wolves mod is what I run on this computer, and it's seamless and easy to play with. That having said that, what is Silent Hunter 3? It's an accurate, realistic simulation of Second World War submarine from the German side combat. Simulation of that. It's one of the most detailed and most authentic simulations ever made of the Second World War of submarines. Most detailed, and there isn't one today. Well, I think they have one or two today, but nothing comes close to this. And what the Grey Wolves mod's done is added extra realism to it. They've changed the sensors. I'll show you now when I go through it, when I do a little mission. They've they've improved the torpedoes. They've made it more realistic, more historical. They've added more convoys. They've just completely overhauled this mod, but not taking away the authenticity of the mod. They've made it more authentic. It is a de facto simulation for submarines. If you're into submarine warfare and you want to, where do you start? Where do you start and where do you end? Silent Hunter 3. It is the best of the Silent Hunter series, and it's surpassed, obviously, Sid Meier's Silent Service. And funny enough, with Sid Meier, he never went and made another one. And I never forget reading that whole thing on Sid Meier's Silent Service, the whole thing on it. And he was saying how he enjoyed it as a kid and whatever, and he never made another one. I think the Civilization series got to his head, because he never made another one. And he's the same with Gettysburg. He never went and made another, and he should have, because, well, the Silent Service 2 was a Sid Meier. I don't know if he made that or he put his name to it, but he never furthered it. Lucky Ubisoft went ahead and created it. So it took them three tries to get to Silent Hunter 3, and it's better than Silent Hunter 2. And Silent Hunter 4 is good, but it's a lot of bugs. There was a lot of bugs. There are issues with this one too, but there's a lot of bugs in Silent Hunter 4. A lot of crashes to the desktop, and it's not just because of you got modern computers. They didn't finish the simulation. But mods have helped it. Now, I only got that because there's nothing on the Pacific. I also love the Pacific, the American submarines, the Lone Wolves. I love that. So I want to experience that. Silent Hunter 5 was a mess. It was a mess. I never got it, but you can read the write-ups of it. It's a complete mess. This is the best of the series. If you want authentic German simulation, submarine of the Atlantic Ocean, here you've come nowhere. You can stop yourself here. Stop right here. Okay, so we've got a museum. This basically you've got credits. Your museum just shows you all the. I'm not going to run it now because it takes a long time to load, especially with the Grey Wolves one. But it highlights. It's got all the equipment, aeroplanes, ships and everything. You go look at it and it shows you all the equipment that was involved in the Atlantic War. You can play multiplayer on this. We'll see that, but I think that's long gone. The single missions. Here's what's great. The Silent Hunter 3 came with only a few, but GWJ the Grey Wolves has added a whole ton of their own missions onto this, all historical, and you can play with any one of these subs. You can choose any one of these different subs to play each scenario with, which is great too. Lovely. Not all. Well, there's one or two of these Grey Wolf scenarios that don't work. It just bombs to the desktop. There's one or two when you load it, but I think that's part of the of the technology change and whatever. So there are issues with this, and I'll go through the issues that you can get, but it's not game breaking. Yeah, you change your realism. I keep it on everything. I keep it as realistic as possible. I keep it even manual targeting. I only no contact, no map contact update. I keep off because it just makes everything easier on the map, on the navigation map. You can actually see it marks out the contacts for you, and I just don't want to sit with having to mark that out and paint them on the map and all that type of thing. And you don't actually need it. It doesn't add to the remember something. You manually targeting and putting in the solutions. You've got those around you. You've got your second in command. He can do the map contact updates for you, man. It's not that bad. You're not going to run this on your own. Okay, so you've got the career. Now I'm going to show you a single mission, but I just want to show you the career. Yeah, I've made mine fit, so I'll accept that. Oh, let me just put new career. And then you can pick pick your different eras to start. This takes you through the whole Second World War on a U-boat, and you change U-boats as you go along, and you change equipment, and you can move between these different. And this is all for Grey Wolves, how they've set this up now, very realistic. And then you can choose which submarine group flotter to belong to. And I'll just start one just to show you. So you start off here. Here's where you take your mission, your first mission. You start off we'll start off one of the bases in Germany. Depends on where you pick. Here's your crew management. Here you can select. You can enlist officers. I'll explain officers to you as when I get into the actual game to show you. And you can enlist you. There's a picture of your submarine. Your crew in the game runs off fatigue, stress and fatigue, and they get better with time. You can promote them, so it's realistic in terms of that. And Grey Wolves has added another element to that. They've made it more realistic. Yeah, you can transfer. You can need to transfer to another flotilla. And there you've got all your medals, your qualifications. This just goes to your current, and then your bits and pieces over there. Your career history, how many U-boats you've been in, how many ships you sunk. I think that's, and then your boat. Yeah, this is your U-boat top aces. Okay, you start off down here. It's nothing yet, but I suppose that updates as we go along. And then here's where you configure your boat. This is all in the career mode, right? Here you can change boats. Okay, you can see what each boat is different. Each one comes with its own. You can look at now how's that? You've got the whole progression of your U-boats in terms of your conning towers, the different U-boats as the wars go, 1942. You've got all your sensors, your hydrophones, your radar, very authentic recreated. The torpedoes as well, authentically, the different types of torpedoes are available. And this is your progression. And in terms, like for your conning towers, these you get upgraded as you go along. Your torpedoes, what they stand for, and your different types. There's T1s and T2s, and what they were they running under magnetic or impact. Your equipment in terms of your hydrophones, your specials, all that type of stuff. And I went back there. Your renown, who you are, your lieutenant, and the U-boat that you're using. Okay. Is there anything else I want to put here? No, that's the options. I just wanted to. Okay, I'm going back in there. So that's. But we're not gonna. We're not gonna. Do you want to? Yes. Okay. We're not gonna go in there. Now, your naval it also comes with a naval academy, and here's where you do a tutorial, a training tutorial, you do an exam, and then when you pass the exam. Now, what the base game does without the mod is they give you a bunch of renown. So if you pass these tutorials, you do them one at a time, you pass them, you get extra renown to enter when you start your first career. Now, the Grey Wolves have removed that because they've already given you extra now and they've built it in already. So that doesn't. But here you can do a practice, and I'm going to show you now. For example, it comes with a video. Now watch this. We're going to view the tutorial. It's going to take me out of the desktop. Watch this. Now we're just doing the torpedo launch screen.
This tutorial presents the periscope interface in Silent Hunter 3. The periscope interface is your main attack station when submerged.
So you've got
the vertical column on the right side of the screen displays the current position of the periscope head, marked by the red arrow.
Yeah, I'm just letting him finish, just to show you a little bit of this whole.
The periscope lever controls the rising and lowering of the periscope. The torpedo control panel allows the torpedo tube selection and firing.
Okay, so I'm gonna end it there.
Target data
I'm gonna end it there because that I just wanted to show you that with each of these comes with the learning tutorial. So when you view the tutorial, it takes you back and it plays a video for you and goes through all the pieces. Now I'm gonna just give you an idea. We're gonna maybe have a go at this training just to give you an idea of what it looks like when you go in there. You get to see the Grey Wolves there at the top there. Just load this up here. Let's just see if this is still okay. Well, it's just loading this. Now the Grey Wolves mod, you must remember, it takes much. This is actually quite quick to reload. But the Grey Wolves mod, let me just see if I'm okay. I'm still recording. Okay, I just wanted to check. Okay, so basically, you've got your attack periscopes. I'm going to send this up. I'm going to... Where's the thing here? Okay, let's see how awesome this is. Okay, I'm going to leave it like this because... And if I zoom in with the mouse, I can zoom in. I'm going to highlight on that because I'm going to try and sync this. I'm going to show you how I'm going to sync this. But let's just highlight like that. Let me just start with the part. You can move around. Okay, you can move around. There's all your screens. You can actually go to each screen if you highlight there. So if I click there, I will go to the navigation. I'll go there to the navigational map as well. From this here, so I can access various things through this interface, which is the what is this got what's it called? The command room. Then I've got the periscope, which I showed you already. I've also got if I press the letter O, where is it now? If I press the letter O, I'm taken to the observation periscope. Now this is a periscope. It's not loaded up. I haven't raised it. It's a lot taller and it's got more vision. It lets more light in, so you can see better and further with this one. But it's higher and it's easier to detect. So I haven't loaded it up. We've just got the attack periscope loaded. Then you've got your navigation map. Now what Grey Wolves has done is they've added a stopwatch at the top there. They've added, these are your kilometer or meter to, I think that's meter to knots. I'm not mistaken. There's one for kilometers as well. Add all these charts. Yeah, this is the kilometers to knots chart. Okay. Then you've got, which is brilliant, they put in the list of all the convoy routes. All the convoy routes in the Second World War, 1940s odds to 45, all the convoy routes, so you can see that. That's the map of that. That's all now with Grey Wolves. They've also put in the minefields, all the places where the mines are. Um, you've also got, okay, this here on the side. I'm going to give you an idea. This here is a what actually they call it a nom. Basically, what this does is if I take a ruler and I go like that through there, it converts, I think, kilometers to, and then it gives you the range. I'm not quite sure, but it's I think it converts kilometers to knots, and then the range or something like that. Something like that. I'll read up about it, but that's what it does. So I'm just giving an idea of what all these things are. Okay, so there's your 4 contacts. Okay. Then you've got the attack. The attack. Here's where you got all your dials. There's your submarine, your torpedoes, right? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, you've got your depth that the torpedo will run. There's its impact or pistol. Impact is this exploding underneath the ship. Okay, so it runs deep and it explodes underneath. Impact is impacting with the ship on the surface of the side. So it's more impact, and then there's whether the speed is slow, fast, or medium. Your tube selection. These, as you see there, as you put your tube selection in there, and you can select it also manually. Your spread angle. If you're firing a set of torpedoes, how spread out do you want them to be? Then you've got your bearing, your range, your angle on the bow. That's just the angle from which the boat, because everything's built on triangles. So let me give you an example here. The boat's coming down there and you're coming up here. You're facing. Now your angle on the bow is he's reading to you. He's sort of his angle of his triangle. He's going that way, you're going that way, and the triangle meets in the middle. Meets up here. Now if you've got a triangle, if you've got 2 sides of a triangle, you can find a third. And that's basically what this is. It's trying to get something to collide, get a moving object, a moving item, or torpedo to collide with a item in the ocean that's far away, or a moving item. It's a trigonometrical, I can't pronounce it, but that's what it is. So you need the angle of the bow, you need the range, you need the speed of the ship, and then you get the bearing. You also need the bearing. Now its angle is like where he's facing according to you. So there and there would be the angle, but that's what it is. I'm gonna show you how to work it out. And then you got the gyro. The gyro just is like when the torpedo shoots. For example, let me give you an idea here. If a target's over here, you want a gyro between 15 and I think it's 5 degrees, because then it becomes very inaccurate. So if you're over here and your target, say I got a ship over here, this is the gyro angle, or there's the guy. So I'll be firing a torpedo to hit something over here. That's the gyro angle. You want a gyro angle between 15, about there and about there. No longer. The torpedo has to turn, because then you got a better chance of hitting it. When you got a machine, if you're facing him, if you're facing there and he's got a ship here, it's best to turn to face him. Alright, so that's just a bit of the... I hope I'm getting this right here, man. I'm trying my best. Okay, so let's get back to and then we've got the maps. The map contacts tell you what they are. Limited, southeast, and whatever. So we can see that. Then you've got what they call is the crew management. Alright. So your crew, basically, you see these crew members down here, this chief engineer, navigation. If I take this guy, the weapons officer, and I put him, say, there, you see how the empties out the spot. So each crew member, the warrant officers and that, you put them in these places, in all these places, like the diesel engines, and you see the green arrows there. So if I was to take him there and put him there, it increases the efficiency of the torpedo. And they also your troops, I wouldn't say troops, your submariners influence everything. The speed of the torpedo reloading, how accurate they are, and how fast the loading times are. And it's all based on his morale and his endurance and his resilience. And they get tired. They get stressful and they get tired. And they get experience as well. So you can hire more when you get back to back to, or keep your experienced guys. And you've got each submarine has a stern, torpedo, and a bow, except the very early ones. Electric and diesel engines, stern quarters, command rooms, radar operators, sonar, and radar. Radar. And you've got also hydro. I know where that is now. And then you've got also these buttons which are quick to load. I'm going to show you the surface. Here's the damage control where you put all those guys if you're having damage. There's your missions, right? And there's your briefings. This is what we have to do. We've got these 5 targets. We must graduate. You must sink the large cargo and another 3 ships. And there's your orders. And there's your briefing. Okay, and it tells you whether you've accomplished it or not. I just want to go back to here. Now here on the side, this is all from Grey Wolves. When I highlight my mouse here, it lists it out like this. Here's your fuel on the far side. This is your fuel level. There's your battery. There's your compressed air, and there's your carbon dioxide in the submarine. And these gauges help you manage that. You've got different gauges for your torpedo, your speed, whatever, and you've got also for your compass. You've got north, south, and you can also change the rudder left or right. You've got depth. This is the big depth. Green, you're okay up to there. There's where you reach the depth to the furthest you can get. And this is just one for smaller increments. You can time compress. You can speed up time considerably. You've got a chief engineer. He's got specific orders you can give him, like I can say propulsion. I want him to run silent. I want him to go off silent. You've got your crash dive, different maneuvers you can ask of your navigator. I think it is. No, that's still of this. So, and each of these are your officers on duty, and they will execute those. Your navigator's got the same sort of thing. Your torpedo management, and you'll see that the torpedoes here, like it tells you about it. Propulsion is gas, steam. Speed is between that. The ranges of that. The outside ordnance, straight run, pre-war issue, and then it tells you. It has what disadvantages of leaving a bubble wake. So each of these different torpedoes that came during the war are simulated. I must actually just pause this while I do this. Can I move this when I can, but I'll just keep it paused because so I can actually just show you. Yeah, I don't want anything to happen in the game because I still want to shoot with the torpedoes there. So you got an aft torpedo. You can shoot from the back. This is this type of submarine. These are where your reserves that are loaded in the boat, and as you shoot a torpedo, the guys will go and have to reload the the torpedoes, and it takes time. It's all realistically done, very very realistic, and that's how you get your torpedoes. Shit. Oh, there. I thought I lost the mouse. Okay, so now we're going to. Okay, and then you've got also your radio and your. Let me just put the speed up here. So you've got your radar operators, and you can see them. You can talk to them as well, and give them commands. You can even operate that. I think it's called H. If it's not, yeah, you can. This is the hydrophone, and you can switch it around to how much you want. You can measure it on there and run the hydrophones. Your radio. See your radio. I think he's also with an R, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. You can actually operate these and turn the dial of this. I think you can. Yeah, you can somehow. I just don't know what the key is. I can't remember the key. But you get my guess on this. All right, so now I'm gonna run through a manual how you do, because I've got everything. You can't play this simulation on Mickey Mouse arcade style. I mean, why would you go and find a shooter game for that? We're here in this because we want to experience what it's like to be a submarine commander in the Second World War. We want as much realism as we can get. So we want to be able to have the challenges of manually targeting these things and have it recreate simply, easily. Okay, so here you got your torpedoes. You can lock your notepad, your flags. Okay, this is all the flags. You got to check the flags, because the flags, you can't shoot ships that are neutral, because you get penalized for that. So you don't want to do all that. And then you've got also a second time chronological time stopwatch. And here, okay, so here's your ESB. Now, if you, for example, I take these. These are the boats that you've got to, and you can switch them to see the different angles. These are the angles on the bow. And you've got your different warships, American warships that are available at that time. Now, you've got to, in order to hit something, in order to target, this is what submariners did. They had to have these manuals, and they called out, because if you know what a ship's task height is, the whatever, you know the details of a ship, you can find out the range. You understand? So you need to know what the ship is. All right, and that's, so now, for example, if I'm going to do a man, I'm going to target this ship. I'm not going to say I'm going to get it, but I'm going to, oh, let me just, I think it's, yeah. Okay, so I'm going to pick the Handelskäfer. Okay. Now, these are all the like the tankers and all the merchant ships, right? So now I'm going to see what this is. I know what this is already. It's a tramp trawler, but I'm just going to show you now. Now you got to look at the ship and think and see what it is, how best manages. And you got to get this right, because it affects how you shoot. It affects your success, your accuracy. Okay, let me just get, where is it now? So, large merchant, Liberty, yeah, it's not that, passenger, small freighter, come on, tramp streamer. This is a tramp streamer, so I'm going to now enter it, where do I enter it? Yeah, I'm going to enter it there, you see there. Now that I know it's a tramp streamer, I'm going to find the range for it, so I'm going to measure. Now, well, let me just give you an idea. You see where I'm bringing it down the line, the middle line, to measure there, right? Now I've got to see now the top one lights. I've got the highest. Let me do that for you again. You see the line I got there, right? I've got to measure it on the water line, this line here, and I've got to find now what's the highest point of the ship, right? That's the range to it. That's the range. That's how they found the range. Now the angle of the bow is, where's the ship pointing from his point of view. If you look at it, he's about 35, about 32, 33, I think it's 32. Yeah, he's about 32. So according to him, on where he's looking, you see here if I take out this, and I see, is he pointing straight ahead of me? Is he pointing to the side, or is he flat on 90 degrees? That's the angle of the bow. It's his angle towards me. And I've got it at 32. I'm going to keep it at 32. And then the speed. Speed is simple. How you measure speed is you just with this locked on it, you just run the stop meter for 15 seconds. This is the easiest way to do it. You got more another way of doing it where it wasn't by eyeball. I'll tell you about that now. Now you run it for about 15 seconds. It's measuring the speed of the change, and then you stop it. He's not running at any speed, so he's got 0 speed. You have an accurate representation of that thing there, and he's not moving at all. So that's how you get these readings. Now here, I'm not gonna. Here I will just say shoot, but I'm gonna. Let me go in here. Now all the settings are in here. I'm gonna run it. I'm not gonna run it as. I'm gonna run it as. I'll run one. The first one is impact, right? I won't run it as magnetic. I'll run it as impact, but I'll leave everything, and I'll keep it on slow, so it's got that fast, and that's how we run it. Okay, so now I'm going to submit it. Now we're gonna fire one torpedo. Boom. Okay, I'm on my way. Okay, there's the torpedo going. Now you're going to see the wake. Now this ship's going to move. It's not stupid. It starts to move here. It should just stay still. But there you go. Now if you look over here, you see there's my torpedo, and it's going. It's on the right target. See, I hit the right target. It's not moving. It's right there, and it's going. It's going there. Now it depends. If he sees the torpedo, if he sees it, let's see if we can get it. He might see it. He might. Sometimes he sees it. Let me see if I can get it. Now we'll see it. Watch it. Watch it. Watch it. It's gonna get it. It's gonna hit it. He picked up speed. Ah, man. We didn't get it. We didn't get it. It was actually probably a dud, man. Anyway, so now that the ship's moving, right? Let's do it again. Let me just see where it's moving to. We don't want the angle on the bow, the brow to be. We want it still to be high. Okay, you see, she's still moving this way. We're gonna hit a range just to make sure. Okay, there, and we're gonna highlight him. Well, I think I sunk a ship behind him. Did I? Yeah, I must have. Okay, so his range is 642. We're gonna measure another angle. I think he's improved a bit. Okay. And we're going to manage his speed. Now, watch his speed. I've clicked on that once. I wait 15 seconds. Now it's going to tell you the speed. I'm going to leave it. See now, see what the troubles these O's had. I'm going to make it 14, 15. Okay, now I'm going to click. He's traveling at 1. So we are going to fire another one at him. No, man. I mean, let's do it again. Let me measure it again. I didn't take it in. Come on. Yeah, it's difficult because these guys see these things. Okay, so he's there. He's 0 knots. Okay, I'm going to shoot that one.
Firing tube 2. Torpedo in the water.
And I'm going to change the. Okay, he's moved it back to magnetic, which is alright. I'll keep it at magnetic. Now he's going to run. Let me see if this one's on course. Yeah, it's on course. Let's see if he sees that torpedo. It's going on course. See the white. Now I've got all. He's picking up speed again. You see. I might not see the troubles that the. No, I'm not getting at that. Might be okay. It's way past him. See, he's missed him. Now I'm going to try again. I've got it on the thing. Let's measure the mast. Let's measure it to there. Okay, so it's 500 meters. The angle on the bow, I'd say, is 90 now. I'm going to make it 90. I think it's about 90. Wow. I'll make it there. 72. I'm doing this all and the speed. Now you're going to see what he's traveling at. I've got to wait all the time now. See how the trouble is the commanders had. I'm just trying to hit this thing. And I've been practicing this. I get it. I do get it every now and then. I get it. But you know what they say he's doing 4 knots. I don't know about that. Let's fire.
Firing tube 3. Torpedo in the water.
Let's see if I'm on target. Okay, so the torpedo. Now you see, I've got the right settings. You see, torpedo's going now. But it's not gonna. See, he's moving again. He's moving again. So look at how I'm missing this stuff. So I'm gonna do the range again. Just so I know where he is. I'm gonna do the angle. I just want to check here. What's the angle on the bow? He's not at 90. He's about he's about. So I had the thing. So the angle on the bow is not. It looks 90, but it's not. It's about there. It's about 58. Okay. And I'm gonna beat his speed now. Let's just see what the speed is. I might not get it. That's how it is, man. This is what the commanders, and apparently I was reading a book about it. The commanders Okay, there, that's speed. That's 5 knots. I'm going to let it happen and
Firing
fire.
tube 4. Torpedo in the water.
The actual submarine commanders, they practice this. See, my gyro angle's not good. My gyro angle's not good. But he's turning. See, my gyro angle's not good. See. See how bad it is. See my gyro. My gyro angle is getting even worse. It's like, what's my gyro selection? It's like 60 or whatever. It's just not. Now I don't. Now watch this. Okay, I'm going to. Now this. I eat something else, man. I eat something else. I don't know what else I eat. I eat something else, man. Uh, Let me just unlock it because I'm just gonna release it. What else did I eat, man? I eat something else, man. I can't remember. Okay, let's just lock it back on there. Now you see how he's traveling now. See, the gyro angle is now impossible. I might be able to get him with a stern shot, or I can move south just to get him to turn.
Course 8, 8. Yes,
Oh, hang on. No. I move north and get him, yeah. So I'm gonna try.
Ahead slow. New course.
I'm gonna try and get him with a back shot, last torpedo shot. Because the gyro is now too. So I want to.
Ahead standard.
Come on, turn. Let me just see if I can get him.
Ahead full.
See, I'm turning. I'm trying to. I want to get because the gyro angle will be too. So I'm turning the boat now. So I can get more, and then I'm going to stop. Let me just turn it so I can get it. And I'm going to take one more torpedo shot, but I don't need it now. It's not going to. But I gave you an idea. Just see if I can turn. Yeah, come on, turn. Okay, I'm gonna stop him.
Sir. Ahead slow.
Right, let's go back in there. Let's put in the torpedo. Let's measure the range. No, I'm too slow. Let's just measure the range. Oh shit. No. I'm trying to get it. Let me just get it there, and then measure up to there. Okay, so that should be the range. Angle on the bow, I think it's. Yes, it's not tough, not easy. It's about 90. I'd say about 90. I'll give it a 90. Angle of the bow is about 90. Alright. And the speed. Let's just measure the speed. I get it at 15 now. Oh, it's exhilarating being a U-boat commander, eh? Oh, there's nothing like it, eh? It's cloak and dagger. Okay, so he's not moving now, right? Now I've got this. I'm going to click that to enter it. And I'm going to fire that torpedo.
Tube 5. Torpedo in the water.
Now I should be. Hang on. There. You see, I'm shooting it now. I hope I can hit it now. Yeah, the angle was wrong. But you see, his angle on the bow is he's gonna get out. Yeah, he's moved. So this is the. I'm not gonna. Now, if you look at the weapons, I'm gonna go to the surfaces now. Where's my weapons officer? Weapons management. He tells me. Where's the thing now? The loading. See, 24, 222, 220, and each one's. These are waiting in the queue. So your crew on your boat, and it depends if you've got more crew there, it'll be quicker to reload. Your crew on the boat is loading those. Now you don't have, look, I've only got one officer, then there's 3 on the bridge here. So I can't put an officer there. But your crew on the boat is affecting the loading times, the reloading times. So when you shoot with the torpedoes, once you've shot, just to show you, we're over there. Where is that? Geez, that's up there. That's where we are. We're just practicing up here. Once you've shot, the game's up. The game's up, because if they see your torpedoes or if you hit a ship, the game's up. Then you can't necessarily shoot. If you've got escorts, you got to dive then. Because look how long it takes for them to reload. It's like 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Okay, it might not sound like a lot, but it's a hell of a lot when you're running away from escorts. Now, the escorts patrol around there, and they got ASD, I think it is, and they got hedgehogs, and they got depth charges. They're coming for you. They'll ram you. So, yeah, you got to... And all your torpedoes... Just give you an idea here. Where's the weapons management? Yeah. All your torpedoes have different, like this one is a, what is this one? Okay. All your torpedoes, like you got the steam torpedoes. These are steam and these are offs. Okay, show me now. I know where to see it, but you saw in the beginning. Each torpedo's got a different characteristic. Some are electric, some are steam. Some make a lot of bubbles on the surface, which is steam. Electric torpedoes you aren't visible, but they're slower than steam. They're about half the speed, so they're not fast. Your electric torpedoes, and I don't think they've got the range. Now your steam torpedoes are faster, but they're closer to the surface, and you can see all their bubbles. So you've got trade-offs with your different torpedoes that you can. As the war progresses, you get different ones.
Ready, sir.
Okay, so he's ready. Wait. Okay, where am I now? Okay, it's tube 1 now, but I'm not gonna... Well, I'll have one more shot. I promise you, this is the last shot. I'm gonna have the last shot.
Ahead standard.
Where am I now? I'm gonna have one more shot because I want to...
Yes, sir.
No, I just want to turn the boat so that I can maybe... I don't know. He knows he's moving every time. Speed it up a bit. So he's going to come back to the front. So I'm just speeding up the simulation so I can get him turned. Okay, I'm gonna just stop him here. Let me just see where I am here. The gyro angles too. Okay, sound better. No, I'm still gonna bloody turn. Okay, let's just speed this up. Got to get the gyro angle. Oh, that's a further one. Trying to get the gyro angle. Okay, let me just stop it. I'm not going to go any further than this. I think I gave you the gist. I'm just going to stop this because I want to...
Yes, sir.
You get the idea with firing at torpedoes.
All
Okay,
stop.
I might not...
Ahead slow.
Yeah, we like behind him, yeah. We're not going to make it. I'll just shoot the torpedo for fun.
Firing tube 1. Torpedo in the water.
Oh, goodness. Will this torpedo actually hit him? Is he going anywhere? No, he's not. Oh, he's trying to. Look at that bad gyro angle. Yeah, he's not going to hit. Okay, so I must bring it to the surface. So I'm going to ask him to surface the boat.
Yes, sir. Surface the boat.
And I'm going to ask him to please do it in a hurry so we don't...
Yes, sir. Ahead 1/3.
And I'm going to bring the periscope down. So I can show you what it's like out on the bridge outside. I'm going to lower the periscope. I can actually tell the navigation officer. I think it is the navigation. Yeah. one of the two. I can tell. Which one is it? Yeah, I can tell him, the weapons officer, to lower the periscope. But I just want to give you an idea of what's like outside. I just want to see something. Where's all my O's? Did I put anybody on the bridge? And I want an O on the bridge. I'm gonna put him on the bridge. Okay, so we got an O there. There we go. So here's the bridge. See, you can see outside your submarine. You've got all your officers there. You can look through this, and the same as you have with the submarine below. Let's actually just unlock it, and you can move around and look at various. This is that binoculars on the bridge, which is the same as the periscope. You can just binoculars. Look around you and see who's around you. Must switch this. Yeah, you must switch the speed down to 2 knots.
Ahead slow.
Yeah, and on this screen you can access everything that besides that. You got your radars. Equipment is there and all this stuff.
Sir.
So there you are. All right, and that's the bridge of this particular submarine. And you've got your once again your battery life, your compressed air, your carbon dioxide, and your fuel. I forgot to mention this. You also got an accurate with Grey Wolf's mod. Comes in accurate represent like a compass thing, and you can actually direct. Wait, let me just bring it out. You can actually tell the
Yes, sir. New course.
how to
7,
move,
9. Yes,
specify
sir.
the
New
course that the submarine
1,
needs
7,
to take.
3. Yes, sir.
Um,
New course 1, 4. Yes,
I'm
sir.
going
New
to-
course 4, 6.
Yeah, so that's it. I think I covered everything. I don't think I left anything out. But as you see, it's not so see the torpedo is still going here. With the oh shit. Okay, with the torpedoes, shooting the torpedoes, you got there's a couple of methods to doing it. I took the eyeball for the angle of the bar, but you can actually work this out more accurately. Like with a pen and paper, it's complicated, and it's a little complicated, so I had to avoid that. Most of the guys, U-boat commanders, use their eyeballs. You can the range. You can also work that out as a manual process, simple, like where you can you measure with triangles. I stay away from that. I'm an armchair U-boat commander. I don't want it too complicated. And you can actually oh, where's the thing here? You can actually work out the let me just dive to the periscope because I don't like being on the surface here. No, yeah. What's this, man? No, man. No, we don't want to crash dive. Where's this? No, diving. Dive the
Yes,
boat.
sir.
Okay.
Dive plan set for normal
We'll
dive.
do periscope depth. Okay, I press the P there.
Abtauchstationen!
Okay, how's the sounds in this thing? Hey? How's all the sounds involved here, man? This is unbelievable. So you can, as I was saying, with the range, you can also work it out with like triangles and stuff. But that's the easiest way. They're giving you those tools, and this is where most of the commanders did, as they used these items over here. They got the range from they got the contact from here. The book gave them what it was. They got the range from. Okay, so there. Well, there's nothing. You got to lock it first, and then you get what the target is. They got the range from here. They got the angle eyeball, and they got the speed, and then they made the solution. And it's as simple as that. And that's how most of them did it. It's not easy, and you see how I'm battling. I don't always get it. The fact is, I was reading, and I said this before, I was reading that U-boat commanders spend thousands of hours practicing this before they were sent on the combat missions. They practice this over and over and over and over for hours. It's no wonder you can't just get it from a few tries. It's not easy, eh? All right, I think I covered everything. Well, most of the stuff that you can go. I'm going to Yes, let's return to the base. Let's go back. What's my time here? Yeah, 54. It's about an hour. I think I didn't do credit to this. I really I didn't. There's so much involved in this game. It's one of the most authentic, realistic submarine simulations ever made, and there's nothing that compares to it today. Even, I mean, there's some of the newer, later, newer submarines simulations that have come out today with modern subs and that. But for authentic Second World War U-boats in the Atlantic, there's nothing that comes close to this. This is the de facto simulation, and I love it. I love this. I loved this when the Silent Service came out, and I love it now. Yeah, I think I've covered it. I think that's it. I'm sure I left stuff out. I always remember when I finish the videos, whenever I say goodbye and I go back and I watch the video again, I think, I should have mentioned that. I should have mentioned this. I should have mentioned this. I will say, if you get it from Steam, go get the Grey Wolves mod. It completes this. The manual's extensive. I wonder how much. No, I'm not going to spend any time. But there's a whole big manual with pictures and everything, and how the developers developed this. What are the new features? In fact, the convoys are very realistically modeled in this game, and they've just further improved the game, further made it into a greater simulation of what it was. And so you get that. And I promise you, there are some issues. Sometimes when I play the career, if I start a career from new and I try and load it, it dumps me to the desktop. So I got to try that a few times. Some of the missions that they are from single mission don't work. Well, one or two of them crashes to the desktop. I can do nothing about it. I think it's my computer, or maybe it's the mod or whatever. There are some issues with the game, but the Grey Wolves tell you explicitly what actually doesn't work in the stock version. But small things like they say you shouldn't save underwater sometimes, and they tell you what to do. There's only a couple of things. It doesn't break the simulation. The main part of the simulation works. All right, I think that's it. Yeah, Sean from Combat Simulations. Please subscribe to my channel. It's free, and also leave comments and suggestions, and watch my videos and like them and share them. Helps me a lot. Alright, until our next overview and tutorial for a video game, Sean from Combat Simulations, good day on you.